Hello, everyone, and welcome back to DK Legacy Football. I am Raymond, and here we break down the beautiful game with purpose, smart analysis, honest insight, and legacy built one match at a time. Let's get into it. We all know that today is the matchup the league has been waiting for. Inter Miami CF versus Vancouver in the 2024-2025 MLS Cup Final. And trust me, this isn't just a final. This is a storyline.
Played back inside, this could be Arias with a shot, deflected, and now for Halter, yes! Goal!
For Miami, this is all about redemption. They remember the sting of losing to Vancouver in the League's Cup Final, yeah? Same opponent, same stakes, and now the perfect chance to rewrite the ending. Okay, so Vancouver is the opposite, yeah. Okay, so they want to prove the last time wasn't a fluke. They want to cement themselves as the team that can beat the Stars, beat the noise, and beat Miami when it matters the most. When it comes to the style of play for Inter Miami CF, we all know Miami is going to come into this final with clear identity, yeah? Possession, patience, and control attacking the overloads. That's Miami's style of play. We all know that's what they are going to try to do. They are going to come out to build through Sergio Busquets, DePaul, Rodriguez, and Silvestre. They are going to try to beat through those midfields, pulling the teams out of shape. They are going to try to pull the team out of shape, okay? We all know how Messi is going to play. Messi is going to try to drop deeper to orchestrate creating triangles on the right side. He's going to try to create a triangle on the right side, okay? I don't know if Suarez is going to start the game, but we all know Suarez' style of playing. Suarez is going to try to drift centrally, dragging the defenders deeper, try to open the spaces for the runners. That's Suarez' style of play. He's going to try to put the defenders deeper and try to get a space between them, behind the defenders, okay? Another player to talk about, we have Allende. We all know what Allende have been doing in these playoffs. He's actually leading the most goals in these playoffs. Okay, he actually scored a hat trick. The last game, the conference finals they had, he scored a hat trick. So that's a player to watch, really watch out for. He had a 9 ratings. So that's the player to watch out for. If Suarez didn't start, they are going to start Allende. Allende is going to start the game because the way the starter has been playing, if I'm the coach, I'm going to keep him in there because he's actually connecting with Messi. He's confident. He's scoring, when they need him to. So that's the style of play right now. He's going to be a key player for Miami FC. And for the four backs, they are going to try to fall back, push high to stretch Vancouver, okay? Miami is going to try to fall backs to push high to stretch Vancouver for defensive block. So that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to fall back high to stretch Vancouver's defensive back, okay? But when Miami is at their best, they suffocate you with the ball and they punish the smallest defensive mistake. Okay, so when Miami is at their best, that's what they try to do. They are going to suffocate you with the ball and they're going to punish you with the smallest defensive mistake you do. Okay, so the style of play for Miami, that's what the style of play for Miami is going to be. For the style of play for Vancouver Whitecaps, Vancouver are the opposite, okay? They are fast, vertical, and ruthless in transition, okay? So they sit in the compact mid block and force turnovers. That's the style of play. They are going to sit in compact mid block and force the turnovers, because they actually like to press you for you to lose the ball, okay? And that's how they are going to get Miami. So once they win it, they break with the pace, okay? They try to break with the pace while players flying forward. So once they win it, they are breaking with the pace while players and flying forward, okay? So what they do is they exploit space behind Miami's fullback. Last time they played, that's what they did. They exploit space behind Miami's fullback, a weakness that they exposed in the League's Cup Final. Okay, so like I always say, Miami's fullback is not strong. There's always a space, there's always a fallback, there's always that weakness that they expose in the back. And that's what Vancouver is going to try to, that's the chance that Vancouver has to watch out for if they want to win this cup final for the first time. The MLS, they both teams, this is their first MLS Cup Final appearance, so it's going to be a tough one, okay? But Vancouver is going to try to find a space behind Miami's fullback, which is their weakness when it comes to for the style of playing, okay? Vancouver is disciplined. They are organized and opportunistic, okay? What they don't do is that they don't need 20 chances. They just need one or two good ones, and they are going to put it away. Okay, they don't need no 20 chances, 10 chances, or whatever it is. All they need is one or two chances, and they are going to put it away, okay? Because they are well organized, disciplined, and opportunistic. So, for Vancouver's strength is the efficiency, okay? That's Vancouver's strength, is the efficiency. They don't have Miami's star power, but they have what? Cohesion, identity, and timing. That's what they have. They don't have that Miami star power, like Lionel Messi. They don't have all those, the Alba, Busquets and stuff. But what they have is the cohesion, the identity, and timing. Because if Miami, every little mistake that Miami is going to make, they are going to get punished. Okay? That's what Vancouver is really good for. All right. Okay. So the key players to watch out for Inter Miami, as we all know, the best player in the world and the best player in MLS this season, probably say last year and this year, the MVP, the most goal scorer, no other than Lionel Messi. Everything funnels through him, as we all see. Everything goes through him, funnels through him. If Messi dictates the rhythm early, Vancouver will spend the night reacting instead of playing, yeah? So if Messi dictates the rhythm early in the game, Vancouver is going to really spend the night reacting instead of playing. And like I said, Luis Suarez still is a leader in tight spaces, okay? He's leader in tight spaces, especially inside the box, okay? So his chemistry with Messi remains unmatched. They both have a good chemistry, because they both played in Barcelona, like I always say. They both play forward. Messi, Suarez, that magnet between them is good as well. But I don't know if Suarez is going to start this time, because like I said, Mascherano, he did really good lineup, both semifinals and the conference finals, which really paid off. So I know it's going to be like a reunion, Suarez, Busquets, Alba, maybe Suarez. That's going to be his last game. Today might be his last game. So the coach might try to start him to give him a farewell. But if I was a coach, I'm still going to start my lineup. I'm still going to play Rodriguez. I'm going to play Civetti. I'm going to play Allende. And then probably bring Suarez in the second half, like in the 70th minute, so he can play the last 20 minutes of the game. Okay. So we all know, like I said, he's a little tight in spaces. especially inside the box. You know, his chemistry with Messi remains unmatched. And we have Sergio Busquets. Sergio Busquets actually is the brain of the team, okay? That guy is old, he's experienced, he doesn't do much, but he's the brain of the team. Okay, so if he controls the midfield, Miami controls the match. If Busquets actually controls the midfield, Miami actually controls the match. Okay, so I'll need Rodrigo De Paul to really stand up, you know, come out and play this time. You know, play together with Busquets this time. They really need to work together. He needs to help Busquets, because Busquets actually the brain behind Miami, okay, the brain of the team actually. So another player to watch out for, like I said, Jordi Alba, man. Like I said, that guy is ridiculously good, man. You know, he gave an assist, great, beautiful, awesome, out of this world assist in the last match, in the last the conference final they played last week. That's someone to really, really, you know, watch out for. Jordi Alba. Like I said, it's going to be his final game. He's going to play with his emotion. He's going to come out with all he has. You know, he's going to try to give that 45 diagonal pass with Messi, like he always does, that crossing, trying to find Messi. And he doesn't want to go, you know, end his career losing in the final. He's going to try to win to add another trophy to his portfolio, okay? That way he's retiring in a good, happily, you know, environment, okay? Not being sad. So he's going to be overlapping, stretching Vancouver defensive shape, okay? All right, so we just need to watch out for that. And then the key players to watch out for Vancouver, we need to watch out for Smith. No, not Smith, sorry. We need to actually watch out for White. Ryan White. I believe that's his name. Brian White. You know, that's a great player to watch out for, Brian White. We have Brian White and we have Sebastian. Players to watch out for Vancouver. We have Brian White, Sebastian Belter. Then we have Ali Ahmed. He's a great player, you know, someone to really watch out for. We have Tristan Blackmon, and we have no other than Thomas Muller. Okay, you know Thomas Muller is a World Cup champion. He won a lot of trophies with Bayern Munich. He's a legend. You know, that guy is a legend as well. So this is going to be a really good game between Thomas Muller and Messi. Okay, so Thomas Muller is a great player. You know, he came into this league this year and he scored. He has 7 goals. You know, he played with the mentality. He's like a coach on the field. The coach doesn't have to worry with him being on the field because he knows the game. You know, he controls the game. He talks to the players. He's emotional. Like he's always pushing the players. No one wants to tell them what to do. Okay, that's what someone you need on the team. All right, someone you need on your team. Okay. But like I said, we have Ryan God. I don't know if it's gonna. That's the engine. Also, Thomas Muller, Brian White. You know, they are the engine of the team. Okay, smart, crafty, and dangerous between lines. Okay. Last time we have Andres Cubas. If he naturalized Miami's midfield build-up, Vancouver have a real shot. Okay, they have a real shot if he really naturalize Miami's midfield. Okay. For the goalkeeper, he was massive in the MLS Cup Final. Another big performance could tilt this match. Miami's goalkeeper is really, really good. Okay, let me tell you this. It's really awesome. The league's on the conference finals last week. He's the savior of the team. Okay. Other than that, San Diego would have come back, tied the game, and won the game actually, because there's a couple of saves that he did and mine. That's a really, really good goalkeeper. Okay, that's someone to really watch out for. If Miami wants to win the game, they really need to try hard to beat this goalie. He's like the border You know, he's like the wall between that's gonna stop Miami. But they need to really try hard to beat him. But I know Messi can do it. Okay, there's nothing impossible with Messi. He'll find a way to beat you, to score. Okay, so when it comes to the wide forward and wide backs, Vancouver's speed is the greatest weapon. Okay, especially in transition, that's their greatest weapon. The speed is the greatest weapon. So the Miami needs to watch out for that. Okay, going behind them, like I said, that back they need to watch out for when they take off running. They always leave that space behind. Miami always leaves that space. So that speed of Vancouver can hurt Miami. So what Inter Miami must do for redemption, okay? What they need to do for redemption. They need to control the midfield battle. Yeah, they cannot allow Vancouver transitioning game to dictate the tempo. If Miami really wants to win the game, they need to make sure Vancouver's transitioning game. They cannot allow Vancouver to transition game to dictate the tempo. Okay, and to protect the fullback channels, Miami. All right, so Vancouver exposed this before. They did expose this before. All right, so Miami must stage their defensive line and get help from the midfield. Miami needs to stage their defensive line and get help from the midfield. Talking about Civetti, talking about Rodriguez, talking about DePaul and Busquets. Okay, they need to get that help from them. All right, to be clinical, Miami will create chances. Okay, the question is whether they finish them. Like I said, Miami has really done better than the league's final because, you know, they created chances but they can't finish. But this time it's a totally different team, totally mindset, totally, you know, the coach have find a way to win games. Okay, so they are going to find chances and they are going to score, which they've proven in the in this whole playoffs, in the conference semifinals and the semifinals and the conference finals. There's totally of what 9 goals if you think about it. So to manage the emotions, this game comes with pressure. Okay, it's going to come with pressure. They are going to play in home in front of these fans in the Chase Stadium. There's going to be pressure. Okay, pressure to Jordi Alba, Busquets, Suarez, Messi himself. Messi have won a lot of trophies, but he needs to prove. He's trying to prove to the Americans that hey, I can come here and win trophy. Okay, so that's what he's going to do. So he's going to come out with pressure and expectation. Staying composed is the key. Staying composed is the key for Miami. Okay, so what Vancouver must do, they need to stay compact and disciplined. Vancouver needs to stay compact and disciplined. So they don't need to chase the ball. They need to force Miami wide and limit central penetration. Okay, so if Vancouver is trying to chase the ball all the time, they're going to force Miami wide and limit central penetration. Okay, so that's what they need to do. So they need to they don't need to chase the ball. All what they need to do is force Miami wide and limit the central penetration. But if they try to force the ball, you know, or don't chasing the ball and stuff like that, that's going to cost them. Okay, all right, the hit on the counter, that's something Vancouver. Okay, so the space behind Jordi Alba and the right side fullback will be there. There's always going to be that space behind Jordi Alba. Like I said, Jordi Alba is the right fullback, left fullback, whatever they put him, but he's going to try to push forward. He's going to try moving forward to make that crossing to find Messi and stuff like that. So there is going to be a space behind him and the fullback. And that's what Vancouver needs to take chances of, okay? All right, to disrupt Messi rhythm, I mean, you can't stop him. No one can stop Messi. But what they can do is force him wider. Try to force him wider and make his touches uncomfortable. You know, get on his nerve, make his touches uncomfortable and push him into the traffic. I mean, teams have tried it. They can try it and stuff like that, but doesn't mean it's going to work. Messi is Messi. He's going to find a way to come out of it. He's going to try the way to find an assist. He's going to find a way to score. Okay? But they can try. They can try to disrupt his rhythm. You know, they can try to force him wide and make his touches uncomfortable and stuff like that. That's the only thing they can do with Messi. For the set pieces, Vancouver's physicality, yeah, can be difference maker in the tight finals like this. Okay, their physicality can really make a difference in the tight finals like this. They did it before, so if they really want to win this MLS Cup for the first time, they need to show their physicality. Okay, they really need to show their physicality. Okay, so my final intake. Okay, so this final is more than a game. Yeah, it's Miami's chance at revenge and Vancouver's chance to prove they belong to the top of MLS. Okay. All right. So two different philosophies and two different identities, but one trophy. Okay. One trophy. All right. So I know Messi is going to win these finals. Miami is going to win the finals for the first time. Why? Because they are playing home. Why? Because it's a redemption. Why? Because they won't let Vancouver disgrace them or embarrass them or beat them or create a repetition how they beat them in the MLS Cup Final. Okay, so Miami is going to win. They are going to come out hard. They are going to come out differently, better than they did in the conference finals, better than they played in the MLS Cup Final. They are learning from their mistakes. Okay, so Miami is coming out to win today. It is going to be easy? No, it's not. Because Vancouver's style of playing, the mentality, the pressure is going to be there. And it's not going to be easy for Miami. But Miami is going to win the finals. All right, that's my prediction. That's my thought. Okay, but it's going to be 4-2 Miami or 3-2 Miami. Okay, it's going to be an intense game and it's going to be a fun game. Okay, so all right, family, that's my breakdown for the MLS final. Now it's your turn. Okay, who's lifting the trophy tonight? Drop your prediction in the comments. Hit that subscribe button and stay locked in right there on PK Family Legacy. Let's enjoy the massive final. Okay, thank you for my fans that actually, the viewers that actually watch my shorts. You guys are boosting my views. I know I'm just starting. Like I said, I love the game. I play the game. I live the game. I know the game, and I'm still in love with the game. This is something that I love. So please share, subscribe, and don't forget, like I said, see ya.